we come through the summer, and we're getting ready for a new school year. Now, some of y'all, look straight, because your parents might be here. I don't want you to get slapped. But you didn't have such good grades last year. You didn't have good grades, so you decided that what you're going to do is make this year better. Any young people say this year's going to be better? Yeah. Any of y'all? Okay. Any people that got jobs say this year's going to be better? Yeah. And anybody married say this year is definitely going to be better? Okay. So you made a decision that this time it's going to be better. But what happens is we look at the situation and we want to take God to our situation and say it's going to get better. Nothing's wrong with that. Take God wherever you go. You want God at work. You want God in your paycheck. I want God in my paycheck. You want God in every area of your life. But the thing is, you have to understand, before you ask God to show up somewhere else, the first place God needs to show up is at home. Okay, y'all missed it. That's why we have to be the generation of David, because you have to understand that you cannot rely on the preacher to live anymore. Told you I was raised in church. I have a generation, I have a church full of young people and young adults, and one of the things that they say, and I appreciate what they're saying, but I try to correct it all the time. They say, Pastor Jay, man, that was a good word. They give me that, they high five me, I'm going to see you next week. And they leave, and they come back next week, and the same thing happens again. And they come back next week, and the same thing happens again. And it's this repetitive cycle of, that was a good word, that picked me up, that felt good, thanks. But the thing is, you can only live on what I preach for so long. There's a point where you have to take that word and apply it and read every day, so what I preach adds to what you've already been reading. See, too many times we come to church and church becomes life support. And so now when we miss a week, anybody ever miss a week of church, you didn't know what to do, you didn't feel right, you're like, I don't know what to do today. You know, and church becomes this type of life support for us, that we need a word, we need an encounter, we need a song. When if you've been doing that Monday through Saturday anyway, then Sunday's really just a celebration of what I've already been doing. See, you have to experience him at home. It has to hit home first before you ask God to show up with you everywhere else. And see, God's raising up a generation of people who are going to become responsible and accountable for his word and accountable for his presence. That's why it doesn't say, come to church and experience his presence. He says in his word that you enter into his gates with thanksgiving and into his courts with praise. If I enter with it, it means I had it before I came in.